Well, how are you, my dear students? Welcome to my online classes. Hope you are all fine. I believe that you might have read the previous notes, study material, previous classes. In previous class, we have discussed about different types of carcinogens, differences between cancerous cells, normal cells. Then we have discussed about different types of cancer. In that previous to that, we have discussed tumors also and carcinogens we have discussed. Today we will be discussing about symptoms. Symptoms of cancer. Symptoms of cancer. You know, carcinogens are the agents which causes cancers. Carcinogens can be either physical or chemical or even biological. Apart from this, in our body there are certain genes like oncogenes or certain viruses. We have discussed about like human papillomavirus or SV40 virus, CVN40 virus. These viruses causes also cancers. So apart from carcinogens, genes in our body, oncogenes, what we call, and oncoviruses, they are biological carcinogens. They cause cancers, different types of cancer. When cancer occurs, right, what are the symptoms like? The symptoms includes, right, development of tumor in the body, in different body parts. When there will be pain, then there will be a development of tumor, formation of tumor. Right? This leads to pain. Okay. Then certain asymptomatic cancers are also there where you don't come across pain. Then this leads to decreased immunity. Decreases immunity. When this occurs, right, here you find persistent fever. What do you mean by this? Fever keep coming, repeated. Like in maths, you have heard one word, recurring. So you get fever quite oftenly, quite frequently. Person will be getting fever, right, because of the development of tumors. Then indigestion, sudden body weight loss, sudden loss of body weight. People should not be very happy that they are becoming lean, they are becoming thin, they are becoming slim. Right? No, this can be one reason. This is a symptom of AIDS also. Don't get confused. It's also a symptom of AIDS, also a symptom of cancer, where a person loses body weight, right? Then night sweating profusely. It's too much. Night sweating is common in some people, or when they sleep or when they are having food, they get perspiration. The process of sweating is known as perspiration. You all know night sweating. Night sweating is little common in people, but profusely, more rapidly, more profusely, regularly, right? When they get night sweating, right? It's a symptom of cancer. Then uneasiness, uncomfortableness, uneasiness, irritation, clear. Anxiety. Body won't be in normal tone. The body, there will be no coordination between the heart and mind, right? So body, if the person feels uncomfortable, uneasy, anxiety, sometimes tension, right? Clear. All these are the simple and basic symptoms of cancer. To mention, these are the few symptoms. Apart from this, there are many symptoms, right? Like even constant headache is a symptom of brain tumors. Constant stomach pain is a symptom of gastric cancer or colon cancer, intestinal cancer, right? Clear? Then body pain, in some parts of the body regularly, right? Always, right? Is a symptom of right? Cancer. Leukemia. What do you mean by leukemia? More of WBCs is a symptom of cancer. Anemia is of course a symptom of cancer. Clear? Understand? Then general body weakness. Person feels weak. He becomes feeble. Weakness. person is feeling weak, right? His immune system is not strong. He don't feel physically strength, the person's strength, right? He don't feel it. So he is personally feeling weak, right? Clear? Becoming anemic, having leukemia, indigestion, right? Loose motions, clear? Constant pain in any part of the body or any organ of the body, right? Or appearance of formation of development of tumors, right? Swelling in the body parts, development of tumors, right? These are all the different symptoms of cancer. Sometimes some cancers are also asymptomatic. The patient doesn't show any symptoms, right? He will not be having any problems. He will not be having these symptoms, or apart from that, whatever the symptoms I told you, he will not be showing any of the symptoms, right? Such cancers are asymptomatic, and most of the cancers are asymptomatic rather, because in the primary stage, secondary stage, tertiary stage, primary and secondary stage, they are asymptomatic. Now, what do you mean by that? Now, there are stages of cancer. Now, just for understanding extra information, okay? Stages of cancer. One is known as the primary stage. What stage? Primary stage. Primary stage, or we call it as first stage. If the cancer is detected, we'll talk now how to detect cancer. Diagnosis of cancer is coming up. I'm talking now in the same class, in the same session we'll discuss. So if the cancer is in the beginning stage, just now started, formation of tumors has started, or some of the symptoms are there. In the very early stage, in the primary stage, in the first stage, if cancer is detected, diagnosed, it can be certain types of cancers can be totally cured. If the stage is secondary, now what do you mean by secondary stage? Secondary stage means what? Where the primary tumor, mother tumor has becoming bigger and starts pushing the organs. When these tumors pushes the other organs, you feel body pain. Fine. When they grow so much and they start pushing other organs, because in the previous session I told you, cancer cells, tumor cells, cancer cells, they lack contact inhibition because of lack of protein known as fibronectin. So this is the secondary stage where tumor is growing into bigger size and starts pushing the organs, other organs, and you feel pain. Then that leads to tertiary stage, where the primary tumor or the basic tumor, or what you can call as mother tumor also, starts proliferating, starts dividing, separating. Some of the cancerous cells starts migrating to other parts of the body through blood, through lymph. Few cells like budding. Just for example, I am telling like how from hydra budding starts, then that bud gets detached and grows into an individual. Similar concept we see here in tumor also. Certain cells from the tumor get detached. They migrate through blood and they settle in other parts of the body and they start forming tumor there. Tertiary stage. If you detect in tertiary stage, it is very difficult to cure. Primary stage, certain cancers, some types of cancers can be cured. Even in secondary stage also, some types of cancer like stomach cancer, breast cancer, or brain tumors, if they detect by surgical method, they can be cured, but not all cancers cannot be cured. And if any cancer in the reaches tertiary stage or the quaternary stage, or this stage is also very popularly known as metastatic. Very important point. I have told you this: metastasis, the property of cancerous cells to migrate from it can be asked for 1 mark also. Metastasis, the property of cancerous cells to migrate from one place to other places and to form secondary tumors or other tumors is what is known as the property of cancerous cells is known as metastasis. The property of cancerous cells to migrate to form new tumors is called metastasis. That stage is called metastatic stage, or known as the fourth stage of cancer or metastatic stage. In the cancer report, if you see this word metastasis, if this word is there in the report, in the cancer patient report, if this word is there, then it means it has reached the fourth stage, quaternary stage, or we can say that it is the final stage of the cancer. And here by treatment, this patient cannot survive at all. As per the science, as per the research, as per the treatment, cannot survive. Miracles can happen, that's a different issue. But as per the treatment, as per the scientific aspects, if a patient has this stage of cancer, that patient cannot survive because this is the last stage of cancer. So these are the different stages of cancer. Now we have understood about the different symptoms of cancer and stages of cancer. Now we'll talk about the diagnosis of cancer. How cancer can be diagnosed. How cancer can be diagnosed. Right? Yeah. Diagnosis of cancer. Diagnosis of cancer. How to detect cancer is what is known as diagnosis of cancer. How you detect cancer is what is known as diagnosis of cancer. Diagnosis. I have told you this word earlier also in the same chapter. The process of detection of the disease, detection of the infection or disease known as diagnosis. This can be detected by CT scan. You might be knowing, you might have heard about this. CT, what do you mean by CT? Computed CT, tomography. Computed tomography, where the body parts are scanned. Body parts are scanned for the presence of tumors, whether any tumors are there, whether any cancerous cells are there in his body. To check that, to check their presence, you go for CT scan. Then one more, MRI. You might have come across this terminology in physics also. Magnetic resonance imaging. Magnetic resonance imaging, MRI scan, where the whole body is scanned from head to toe. The whole complete body is scanned. MRI, magnetic resonance imaging, through these scans, and also by histopathological tests. Histo, you all know, refers to tissue. Pathological, the study of the different nature of the cells. Either they are normal cells or cancerous cells. To detect that, histopathological test, they collect the tissue from the tumor and they test blood also, blood testing. Because for leukemia, for anemia, you can do for blood testing, and also for other types of cancers, because the cancer cells will be migrating in the blood, so blood test can be done. Bone marrow test. This also is used to detect the different types of cancer, like blood cancers and other cancers. Bone marrow test is done. Then Pap test. Pap test is the name of the technique. Pap test, where in Pap test is specifically used to detect cervical cancers. Cervical cancers are cancers of vagina. Right? Pap test is done. Right? Bone marrow test is done. Blood test is done. Clear? Histopathological tests are done. MRI scan is done. CT scan is done. Right? Where X-rays are also used to detect whether cells are cancerous. Not to talk about this about X-rays part, because it may be confusing, because we use X-rays in treatment also. Right? If you have doubts, we will clarify. So these are the different techniques, methods of diagnosis of cancers. Different types of cancers can be detected by all these methods. And these are the different techniques to detect the cancers. After this, we'll go for the prevention of cancers. Prevention of cancer. How to prevent cancers? How to prevent cancers. Prevention of cancers. Prevention of cancers. How to prevent cancer. Preventions of cancers. The prophylactic measures, preventive measures to avoid cancers are fine. Basically, avoid drugs, avoid alcohols, avoid smoking, avoid chewing off chewing of tobacco. Tobacco, I will explain. Right? Clear? Then avoid excess consumption of fats, animal fats. Then avoid exposure of skin to sunlight. As much as possible, cover your skin. Then avoid carcinogenic foods. Then increase the consumption of fruits. The fruits particularly having vitamin C, right? Ascorbic acid, vitamin C, right? Clear? These are the simple measures, right? Simple measures, basic measures to avoid cancers. Basically, number one, avoid drugs, right? Clear? Drugs, narcotic drugs, stimulants, right? Drugs, you all know, brown sugar, ganja. Because in this same chapter we have this. Next topic is certainly small alcohols and drugs. We have to discuss. In that we will discuss in detail. Drugs, avoid drugs, consumption of drugs. Alcohols are carcinogenic. They cause different types of cancers, blood cancers, lung cancers. Right? Then avoid smoking. Tobacco causes mouth cancer, throat cancer, lung cancer. Right? Smoking, either using of tobacco in the form of smoking, like cigarettes or radios, etc. Cigars, or chewing in other forms, right? In the powder form, in the leaf form, chewing of tobacco. This is very common in our society, in our country. So it has to be reduced, it has to be avoided. Young generation should not fall for these habits. Don't become addicted to drugs, alcohols. These drugs and alcohols will make you impotent also. Will cause us, will get you the infection of AIDS also, HIV also, and also leads to the occurrence of different types of cancers. So there is no benefits in the alcohols and drugs and smoking. So don't become habituated to that. Avoid these young generations. You are all the future of the nation. So do take care of your health. Right? So all these hazardous. Fine. You don't come across these things in food, in the list of food. They are not foods. Even it's also not foods. Fine. Avoid excess consumption of fat, animal fat from any animal. If you are eating more fat, excess, fine, excess consumption of animal fat leads to cancers, particularly in males. It leads to prostate cancer. Fine. Then avoid exposure of skin, your skin, hands, legs. Fine. As much as possible, try to cover them with the clothes. Fine. Clear? Because sun rays has physical carcinogens. We have discussed already. UV rays, fine. Gamma rays, all those, fine. We have discussed. So avoid that. Avoid carcinogenic foods. What do you mean by that? The foods which has cancerous agents, coloring agents, taste enhancers. Nowadays the trend is going on. No, fast foods. Fastly you will go. Fine. Carcinogenic foods, fast foods, baked foods, fine. Fried foods, fine. Snacks, fine. Chats. All these are carcinogenic. They are all comes under the category of junk food. Whatever the food that is cooked in your house is food. Whatever you consume outside in the vendors, fine, outside chats, evening chats, fine, all those, fine, fast foods, chats, fine, pizzas, fine, burgers, sandwiches, fine, these pani puri, masala puris, they have taste enhancers. These taste enhancers are nothing but carcinogen. In bakery foods you find different colors, right? They are added colored sweets. So colors are carcinogenic. So avoid carcinogenic foods and also increase the consumption of fruits, particularly the fruits that contain vitamin C or ascorbic acid, because vitamin C acts as an antioxidant. What do you mean by that? It acts as an anti-carcinogenic. Apart from that, in our body also necrosis factor, right, is produced in our body also. Some factors are produced, fine. Some factors are produced that prevents the occurrence of tumors. Because of necrosis, you all know what is necrosis: natural cell death, apoptosis, programmed cell death. They are very much required for the body, fine, where it prevents the occurrence of cancers, occurrence of tumors, fine. Necrosis factor, fine. So all the prevention of cancers, right? Next we will go for treatment of cancer. treatment of cancer. So,
20.
huh?
20.
Next topic is treatment of cancer. We'll talk. There are 5 types of treatment of cancers. Right? One is known as the treatment. As I told you earlier, if it is treated in the primary stage, secondary stage, it can be treated, completely cured. Certain types of cancers, certain cannot be cured. But there are different types of cancer treatment. Like number 1 is chemotherapy. Chemotherapy. One way or another, right? Chemo refers to chemicals. Therapy, the method of treatment. So in this, 2 chemicals are used from one plant, Vinca rosea or Catharandus roseus, what we call botanical name. Right? Vinca rosea, very common. Right? This has 2 chemicals like vincristine and vinblastine. These 2 chemicals have anti-cancerous properties obtained from Catharandus roseus, Vinca rosea plant. Apart from that, Taxol is used. The chemical Taxol is used. Apart from this, what is chemotherapy? The treatment of cancer by using chemicals. What is chemotherapy? Which are the chemicals used? Vincristine, vinblastine from Vinca rosea plant. This plant, Catharandus roseus plant. Then Taxol and certain drugs like antimycin D, right? Antinomycin D antibiotics. Very strong antibiotics are used. Strong chemicals are used here, right? So to treat cancers. Second type is known as radiotherapy. What do you mean by radiotherapy? Where radiations are used, rays are used, right? Like gamma, like X-rays are also used to cure. Then cobalt 60 rays are used, right? Radon 120 rays are used to treat cancers. Such a treatment is known as radiotherapy, where radiations are used, rays are used, right, to treat different types of cancers. Is known as radiotherapy. Then immunotherapy. You all know what is immuno refers to because you have studied immunology, right? With the help of our own immune system, by boosting up our own immune system, by increasing alpha interferons, clear, in the body, production of alpha interferons, right, help in the treatment of biological carcinogens or the cancers, biocancers or oncogenes. Immunotherapy by increasing the amount of alpha interferons. Then after that, gene therapy, where the genes which are responsible for life, it can be done, right? It can be done by using genes, right? Gene therapy, you will study in biotechnology also. The genes which are responsible for cancers in the previous generation, same genes can be diagnosed in the fetal stage, and those genes can be eliminated. Gene therapy, right? Then next is surgery. Where the breast tumors, right? Breast cancer, brain tumors, right? Cancers of the liver, right? Hysterectomy by removing the part of the liver, gastrectomy by removing the part of the stomach, mammectomy by removing, cutting surgically the tumor parts of the organs. So surgically also certain types of cancers can be cured, like brain cancer, breast cancer, stomach cancer, or even to some extent intestinal cancers. Basically, there are different methods of treatment, 5 types of treatment of cancer. Basically, if the cancer is detected in early stage, first stage, by using this can be detected. Generally, what is combined? Chemotherapy, radio, and also surgery. These 3 are largely used and in combination. Chemotherapy is the basic one, first one largely used. Along with that, in addition to that, radiotherapy is also used, and for the complete treatment, surgery is also done. Ovarian cancer, fine, breast cancer by surgery, ovarian cancer by chemotherapy, radiotherapy, and also by surgery. Most of the cancers are treated by combining these 3 methods. First, the chemical, they reduce the size of the tumor. Then, by using radiations, they kill the tumor cells. They avoid the spreading of the tumors. Then, after that, the removal of the tumor by surgery. So, combining these 3 methods, so it can be treated. So now here we have seen today's topic. We have seen symptoms of cancer, types of cancer, like stages of cancer, then preventive measures, diagnosis and treatment. So here we complete the topic of cancer. In the next class we will be taking about drugs and alcohols. Do take very good care of yourself. Keep studying. God bless you. Good luck.